Welcome back to another pair of lances going right up your ass. I'm your host, Larry G. How you guys doing today? I hope you're doing great. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today I'm going to take my time. I'm going to try to be as non-biased as I can, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to compare today movement parts. We're going to compare wheels versus hovers. Now, everybody's been hovers are so good. Well, I'm here just to give you an analysis, and today I've actually created my own score system. It's called the YLF system. That stands for You Little Fucker System. I think it's gonna be a great hit. So what we're gonna do today is we are gonna look at these movement parts a few different ways, right? We're going to look at inertia, weight capacity, power score, comparisons amongst each other, durability comparisons, mounting comparisons, the amount of space, like the hitbox that it takes up. We're going to look into that a little bit. You know, we got a lot of work ahead of us. It's probably going to be one of my longer crossout videos, but this is for the name of science. You know, I want to figure it out. I want to see if this whole pool of tears is worth it. Is all this crying worth it? Because they got a new hover coming out, apparently. At least that's what they're saying. We got ourselves a little bitty picture right here. Now, I don't know anything about this hover, but I do know that it looks to be that there's a new hover, and I would assume that it's going to be a teal hover, because we already have two purple hovers. I doubt they're going to make a legendary hover. So obviously we would have to backtrack the teal, so under 8K players can play hovers too, I guess. I don't fucking know. But I guess time will tell. But this video just squashed that idea. Who cares if a new hover is coming or not? Not worried about that. We're going to compare the two that we got right now. We have the Icarus 5 and the Icarus 7. And then we're also going to be, I don't know which wheels we're going to use exactly, because we got a whole fucking lot of them to choose from. A lot, like 30 wheels to choose from, and like 2 hovers. So that's how we starting off. Anyways, we're gonna jump right in. I built some different scenarios where we're gonna kind of test them out. We're gonna shoot them with weapons. We're gonna see how easily they are to armor, stuff of that nature. So yeah, let's get her going, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. We have our pieces to be tested. We are going to be able to calculate accurate measurements of the hitbox, how much volume each one of these are gonna take up. We're gonna give you numbers for each of them. Yeah, and we're just gonna see, we're just gonna do a side-by-side comparison of wheels versus hovers, and let's just see how much of an advantage hovers really have. So we're gonna start off with the Bigfoot here, and by the way, I'm going to be using all steering wheels, which obviously takes more power, and wheels have the option to not have to use all steering wheels, but you know, we'll just say that a build has all steering wheels. Here we are with the Bigfoot. Now the YLF system, it takes pretty much all the stats, adds them all together, and subtracts the power score from it. So I did the same formula with every single movement part. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the durability, we're going to add the mass, we're going to add the top speed, whether that's just the top speed that the wheel can achieve without boosters and shit. So 120 will be the top speed of wheels, unless you went with Jade, then you can get an extra 2%. But we're not going to go that far. We're just going to go with a wheel with a cheetah. So we're going to start off with the Bigfoot. It's a Bigfoot steering. It has a tonnage of 1,250, a minus 20% power penalty, a durability of 445, with a mass of 280 kilograms. Not a bad wheel. Now, like I said, with the YLF system, you add the durability, the mass, the top speed, the tonnage, and you subtract the power penalty. So we will be adding 445 plus 280 plus 1,250 plus 120, which is the top speed, minus 20%, and this Bigfoot gets a whopping YLF score of 1676. It's beautiful. All right, that's a solid score. By the way, the higher the score, the better, obviously. Now we're on to the Hermits. This one is fused, so we're just going to run with it. I didn't use the fused statistics. I went through Market and got the statistics of a non-fused one. Although not everybody has access to the fused version, because not everybody got the battle pass, because not everybody can afford it, which is understandable because we are in a pandemic, which I hope all of you guys are being safe. But anyways, back to the subject. We have a Hermit here. I used all the stats. I don't have one personally. I wasn't going to buy one just to put here just to show you. But we have a Hermit. We added all the stats. And its power score rating was 1223.2, which isn't bad compared to the Bigfoot, which is 1676. Now let's move down to the hovers. We have the Icarus 4 with a power YLF rating of 1207.4, right? So not bad. It's worse than the Hermit, but barely worse. It's about even with the Hermit, but it's way worse than the Bigfoots. Way worse. And the Icarus 7s have a 1282 score. So that's the difference. The Icarus 4s have a 1207. These have a 1282. And it's all personal preference when it comes to these two hovers. I personally think the 7s are better because they take less power and it gives you more momentum. It gives you more inertia. It gives you more agility. You're able to move a small percentage faster. Tiny. And you sacrifice durability for that. So 3 energy, or do you want the 25 extra HP? It's your choice. But they both weigh the same. They both have the same top speed. Tonnage is the same. Literally the only difference between the two is power and durability. Now that we have all the YLF system scores, we're going to move on to Hitbox Volume. So it's pretty simple. I basically just counted blocks and did basic math to find out the volume of a square or a rectangle, which is just length times width times height. And we're going to go to the exterior perimeter of everything because that's where you'll be mounting stuff. So we'll just register that as the exterior. So the 6x6x8 is going to be a volume of 288 blocks. So if you made if you encapsulated this as a rectangle, it would consume, without the wheel there would be a total of 288 blocks here. Now we get to the Hermit, where the volume of a Hermit is only 200 squares flat. Just 200. It takes up 80 cubes less, 88 cubes less than a Bigfoot is what a Hermit takes up, which is very good. And then we have the hovers, which we're going to give them, they're the same size, pretty much identical, other than just 2 minor stats. They take up a volume of 336 squares. So you have a movement part that is almost a quarter of the health, but it takes up a volume of 336, which can be compared to the Bigfoots at 288. So this takes up roughly 48 blocks more than a Bigfoot. So that's a pretty substantial amount. What I'm going to do is, so we're going to record it, then we're going to go in and we are going to build a sideways version, do the same exact test, go back in the footage, slow motion everything. We're going to count every single frame, every millisecond. We're going to get the exact time that it took for us to reach 75 miles per hour down to the millisecond, so we could see what is the difference in inertia. Oh, here we go. Pretty quick. And go. And 75. Well, that was entertaining. Mildly, at least. The reason I use the YLF system, in case any of you guys are curious, is because I needed something that was just an unbiased source for me to compare the movement parts. Because, obviously, I used to play wheels, and I loved wheels, and I hated hovers. Then I played hovers, and now I can't drive a wheel to save my fucking life. But, long story short, with that set aside, the whole point of this is I just took the stats, I made a formula, I put all the movement parts through the same exact formula, and it gave them a rating. And that's what happened. Not only that, we did 0 to 75s just to see what it was like. What's the inertia difference? What's the acceleration difference? You know, and obviously, I mean, that's just my personal test. There's other tests. You can do fully built builds. You could go take a real dog versus like a real Canon hover or some shit like that. And we can get deeper into it if it's really requested. Like, if people really want that. I mean, I don't know if you guys are even going to watch this motherfucker. But, look, long story short, both movement parts have ups and downs. Let's start with the pros and cons of the wheels. They have a high health pool. They have high tonnage. What else is that? They don't weigh that much. And their power score isn't that high, right? Then you have your hovers, which, I mean, they have superior movement. They can strafe left and right, 0 to 75 in under 1 second. That's very impressive. But there's blue wheels that have a higher health pool than it. Literally, balloon wheels have more health than hovers. That's wild to me. When a Bigfoot has 450 or whatever. Bigfoot has over 400. Yet the little hovers is over here at 100. It's cold-blooded, man. But look, the moral of this whole video, the whole point that I'm trying to get across to y'all is stop complaining, man. Just get better. They both got ups and downs. They both good in their own situations, and they counter each other. I mean, that's the beauty of, isn't that the beauty of crossout? What, do y'all just want a whole bunch of wheel builds, just going around grinding on each other, just sitting there? That sounds fun. I'd rather chase a hover down. Fuck, that sounds fun to me. I'd rather lance a hover and watch his ass pop. Because I'll tell you what, you lance the side of a Goliath track, you ain't going far, son. You're not going to make it that far. I don't care if you got 12 of them hoes. He might have 3-4 Goliaths stacked. I don't know how it gets. But I don't know what that world, I don't even want to know what that world would look like without hovers. Crossout would be just weird. It would be all melee more than likely. And you guys think that it's campy now? Imagine a whole bunch of track boys and spider bots. Because they don't have to worry about hovers. All they have to worry about is the dogs. So what do? They just stick a big auger out front and that's it. Then they just sit there. They lay their cap cans. They wait for you little fuckers to come in with your little dogs and your little lances and all your little harvesters and sparks and annihilator drones. Maybe even a retro dog and a firebug. Who knows? But the second you motherfuckers come in and you touch that spider, that cap can will grab your ass so fast. And that spider's going to back it on up. And he's going to go bang, bang, 2 times in your face. Bye-bye, breakers. Who knows? If he's got tsunamis, he might take your breakers. I don't fucking know. I think breakers could take 4 tsunami shots. Don't quote me on that. I haven't done the field test. We can test that. Look. The moral of this whole entire video, which I done said 17 times, is get fucked.